Hi everyone. I have 3 messages of the day today, and I have a union and twin flame read. Let's do a quick clearing here. First, I'm going to use the pineal gland tuner. So let's go ahead and do that first. You might want to take a deep breath. We're going to use the crystal tuner as well. Let's go ahead and do that one. Sending out lots of love and blessings to you guys. Thank you for being here with me. Let's go ahead and roll the die first, and I'm going to show you my pictures. This is for the twin flames. Today is, what is today? Today is the 26th, thank you. October 26th. And we have the sun here, which is also Leo energy. We have Taurus right here. And we have number 8, which is the dance of manifestation, of dreams coming true, of strength, inner and outer strength, of course. So there's a lot of Leo energy there, and Taurus, which are both fixed signs. So there may be some stubbornness coming out in you guys today. It's been kind of like stormy, but not actually storming outside. Really kind of gusts of wind. There's leaves and branches and stuff all over the deck and stuff like that. A lot of pine needles and pine cones flew out today. And the birds, again, there's this underlying energy of the birds just chattering a lot outside, like that underlying getting ready for the storm to come in. So that's the kind of energy that's coming up. So you have a lot of fixed energy between Leo and Taurus here. And that could be butting heads. And Leo and Taurus always come up on that world card, right? As the bull and the lion, the ego and the stubbornness, the blocks, a lot of the blocks that we have to deal with. And let's look at the pictures too. My inner child, I went into my inner child today. I was doing a lot of work for myself this morning, actually pulling some guidance on what I need to do today. And one of the things my little girl told me to do was take some of my old pictures down of my kids, which is a wall that I love of all of their ages, but just to change the energy up because they've been up there forever. So I did. I took some of their artwork instead and put that up with some of my artwork and some other pictures there. So we'll see how that changes up the energy. Maybe you were guided to do some of the same, but just change up the energy a little bit. Perhaps, dust or clean things out a little bit, the corners that you don't usually go into. We have the union read is right here. For those of you not familiar with my reads, I'm going to turn this off. This is the 4D. Actually, today it's 3D. It's 3D, 4D, 5D read today. The feminines on the left, masculines on the right, the bridge between them in the center, the incoming divine feminine, the outgoing divine masculine, the underlying energy and closing energy. This is the Syrian starseed deck. This is the twin flame read that you see in front of you. This again is the Syrian starseed deck. And then I have 3 messages of the day. Message number 1, message number 2, and message number 3, which I just did a little while ago. And they're all quite different, I think. So let's see how that comes up for you guys. All right, so this first message of the day. This first message of the day was done last night at 10:14 to 19. I was putting the cards out. And 10:14 is the Wheel of Fortune and the Temperance card of patience and balance, also that higher love, the angelic energy, to 10:19, which is the 10 of the Wheel of Fortune, the 19 of the Sun. We had the worm as the underlying energy, the pup, the Page of Pentacles, and imprisonment. So remember, this is a general reading. If something doesn't resonate with you, don't force it to fit. There's a lot of twins out there. The union is more geared towards the actual physical union between the two. The general reading in front of you is more about the general energies of all the twin flames. And then the messages of the day are whatever my guides are bringing forward to you guys as a general whole. If you want something more specific, you can check out my information below, as well as my website, which is twinflames3344.com. I have a CD out there also called Ashes, Twin Towers to Twin Flames by Evelyn Stainthorpe, if you want to check that out. And one of these days I'll get back into recording. I have at least 8 to 10 more songs to put out, so we'll see how that goes. There's only certain times of the year I really get inspired to do a lot of music stuff. So the message of the day here with the worm, the pup, the page of pentacles, and imprisonment, which was a lot of energy of the newbie, childlike energy there. Both the worm is the newbie, and then the pup and the page of pentacles are both children, and the imprisonment of that energy. So the newbie and the romantic pup and the page of pentacles all imprisoned at the present time. With the cobra teacher, like the moth to the flame, the hawk is clearing the way for the newbies to come in, exposing powers that be to unravel the layers to come together in spiritual union with peace on a subconscious journey of the wounded warrior without an anchor and cutting cords, to rise vibration for romantic pups needing someone to lead them to emotional fulfillment. The worst now over, and impatient after bliss, in disconnect or at a distance with the Emperor upright, dumping a load, burden, or responsibilities, or he may be confessing to the Hermit reversed to get them to come out and manifest with them as the odd couple perhaps. After the mature woman or mother sent a message or broke the seal, or maybe someone broke a seat, I was just getting that now, infiltrating the workplace of the Queen of Cups and the Empress, and the marriage to the community of the Knight of Cups, on the wounded warrior's path of changes and going within, imprisoned due to gifts perhaps, or present in the moment, or the past is all that imprisons here. Perhaps why I was being guided to take down some of the past pictures. At 10:30, which is the Wheel of Fortune, and the 30 of the Union, the first section here is the phoenix rising, while the crow stands guard, and the whale is exhausted, requesting a lifeline, not just a raft. The phoenix is the root, the poison vehicle to walk away on the journey to despair. The crow with the King of Wands, pests and thieves, and secret passion and legal work, courts and prisons. And actually that came up in the movies that were coming up last night. The whale and grounding, integrating inspections and analysis of detoxing. The thief, Queen of Wands, is coming up here again. The journey of the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands, and cops and robbers, secrets and addictions, detoxing, and the need to use your intuition. So again, a lot of detective and cop shows are coming up, or movies. And yeah, again, it's Scorpio. So Scorpio is the natural detective, or PI. So a lot of that kind of stuff is going to be coming up. The infiltrates, or it's like one infiltrates the down and out, one the courts and secret passions, and the third the underworld itself. Investigations with Scorpio diving super deep with 3 branches of government, executive, legislative, and judicial, but which is actually fair, with executive orders and mandate, with legislative BS, and manipulators and judicial beatings, killings, bribing, etc. on every level, trickling down into the homes of families. The second section here is the mouse, the fire ants, and the dear ones, seeing the root of all evil. The mouse with mountains to climb, to see the big picture of justice around the world, and a man with sudden thoughts of a woman and epiphanies about her. The fire ants, but I was also getting the fine arts. The fire ants inspired by a letter, writing forms, trying to get to the source of the drainage, the leak, or the oozing wound of the home or union, and in court at 10:53, and night court, which is coming up as well. 10 is the Wheel of Fortune, 53 is the Knight of Swords. Dear one, with love and well wishes, but imprisoned by false person and masks. A mask was just coming up too. At 1054, which is the Wheel of Fortune and the Page of Swords, in the dance between women and men, between justice and prison is a lack of energy, and between the man and the thought of a woman and the false person or couple is a judge and a court for mediation of union and or divorce. The third section here is the panther and the swans, the pushy mother or polarized powers that be, pushing new life for a romantic little girl, and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde rejecting the emperor's courtship. The mother pushed him to marry her for business, or a child now doesn't want to go into the business that perhaps their parents prepared them for. And the mother trying to get him off her back. So maybe the father's pushing that, but the mother is fine with the child not wanting to do it. The devil's dance, or the dark mother, and the romance of the little girl and her daddy, or choosing the child over the partner, or child to be their partner, perhaps in business. The fourth section here is the hummingbird and the nightingale, of the beautiful songbirds here. One clears with their energy and wings, and the other with their voice and their innocence. The power lady and the loving lady clearing the way to the swans, both with gifts and presents together. 29 plus 29 equals 38, the Queen of Cups. The power lady announces to the main male, and the loving lady who's ungrounded at home receiving this announcement of the magician embodiment. Perhaps a family of swans with their grandmother and two little birds, or a lot of energy here, clearing the dark energy of the grandparent or the powers that be here, perhaps that don't resonate with them. Or perhaps she gets the child and he gets the house. And the fifth section here is the shark, the firefly, and the sea serpent, where the shark has fleeting ideas to or about the sea serpent, which is the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra wanting to seal the deal, right, sexually, and the shark with direction towards the firefly, which is fleeting inspiration, ganging up on an official person, or defenseless to being made an official person on the fool's journey, perhaps not really wanting to be. The firefly and the Page of Cups with innocence of multiple faces of vulnerability to societal standards, leaders, religion, and the Hierophant mature male. The sea serpent with true love and the Knight of Wands, the main female, the High Priestess, or a secret, and the shark with direction of the Two of Cups, the Page of Cups and the Queen of Wands, perhaps a mother and child, or without an excuse, with both the Hierophant or institution of marriage, or Taurus, and the Knight of Wands, Saggy energy perhaps, with church, state, and the main female here, the Queen of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and the Page of Cups, innocent. And that can be a pet as well. So the Queen of Wands and Knight of Wands can be a couple, they could be siblings, they could be two fire signs, and then we have this innocent energy of the Page of Cups, which can be a young child, or a pet, or even a loving message of puppy love. The sixth section here is the star, the tower, dreams, dashed and achieved, juggling the rainbow, the father with concerns of martyrdom on behalf of their son, perhaps leaving to empty the completed family room of wise, privileged lady to hang out, inspired by great fortune, at 1144 of justice and the Four of Cups, grounding and integrating and mastering of love, or just boredom and apathy. And I turned the page at 1144, but didn't start this section until 1155, so there's the power numbers coming up. 44 is the energy of the social worker, and the Atlas energy, the weight of the world. But in the Four of Cups, it's about grounding, integrating, mastering of love, especially receiving it, as well as apathy and feeling sorry for oneself. And so at 55, we have the truth. A lot of change there, going into a new beginning with the two fives, the Ace of Swords, the Excalibur, and Justice, of course, from the 11, which is truth and balance. So this message of the day, this is a new message of the day, the second one, is the Panther, the Swans, which is 24, the Death reversed, and the main female, which is number 2. Excuse me, and again, this was done last night. And You Get Me was coming up, as well as the, I forget, I don't know what the movie was called, I forget, I didn't write it down, but it was definitely a police movie about gays being targeted. and bringing that up within the police force. So that was an interesting angle of this movie. The panther, the swans, the death reversed, and the main female. So the panther's causing havoc for the two as one, and clinging to the main female as the dear one with two sweet birds, and panther who's causing trouble. After a lucky find, the Knight of Wands is committed to unconditional love where time doesn't exist. In a stable home or beautiful house with loving lady present, and the 24 Queen of Wands, two as one perhaps, unaware they're dumped or duped with the world upside down, insecure with unhappy family, and life in separation, or disappointing and dissatisfied with self and dead tired of clinging to the main female. Tangoing with a false person or with masks, the man now in despair on the journey, inspired by unexpected income or unexpected incoming, and that could be a person, place, or thing, on the wounded warrior's path with the main female, the high priestess. And then it was 1221 here in this section, number 1, of the lizard and the frog. The lizard with the family tree, with societal norms, and imprisoned by the King of Wands, that fire energy, man of passion, at the courthouse. The frog is leaving the hen house, the fox of a higher love, with synchronicities and options, with the mature woman, lover, or that could be a mother as well. The second section here is the dragon and the crow, the dragon and the crocodile, where the eyes tell all. The dragon with self-love and well wishes, and the workplace or school perhaps with infiltration, breaking the seal. The crow with public meat, with the King of Swords upright and the Queen of Cups working hard, and those in glass houses who shouldn't throw stones. The third section here is the bunny with the wolf, stunned into submission, the rabbit unraveling and sharing a message of concern, coming together with a higher love. But the wolf is destined to make cuts in betrayal, left for dead, for the privileged lady, or betrayal of the privileged lady. And the fourth section was the fox, the stingray, the camel, and the raccoon, with the fox plugged in and turned on and activated, activating the camel and the raccoon, or activated by them perhaps. But the fox is coming up as Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, behind the mature man, or pretending to be, in dance of the player, falling short in the changes, with the stingray and the sudden event, dropping the act regarding abundance and marriage. This could be then with a stepmother perhaps. The camel-loving man tempted by the Holy Grail and flights of fancy, the twin flame and Atlas energy. The raccoon depressed with a mountain to climb, out in the cold as the man with thoughts of a woman. And complete shock here as well. The fifth section is the crow, the whale, the swans, and the tiger. I was just getting the Tigris River. The crow is standing guard or guarded while the whale is distraught and drained. As the relationship falls apart from the tigress stalking. The crow inspired, sending a message with no way out, with bad health or threat of bad health, and conflicted about it in a battle. The whale needing help here at 108, which is the magician and the strength card, the dance of manifestation of dreams, as the Queen of Cups is burning bridges, or burned them already, post-war. By the way, before I forget, Cryon Immune System, check out that one. That was really important about the immune system and our health, if you want to listen to that one. The Queen of Cups burned bridges post-war with PTSD, death, endings, dark night, and transition exposing poisoning perhaps. Swans dropping an anchor in a fight with the wounded warrior with the hermit and changes, and the tiger stalking the Page of Cups, who's vulnerable to multiple faces, and the Ten of Pentacles reversed, family, business, or community, or legacy, or the world at large, with dysfunction and or loss of an official person on the Fool's journey here, inheriting all of the father's or spouse's fortune here. So this even could be like if someone's parents have already passed away, but now a child's living with the step-parent. There could be some hokey poisoning business. That was definitely coming up yesterday. And and just random things. Obviously, that's not for most people, but some people could be inheriting something from a father or a spouse. The King of Pentacles, imprisonment by women with expectations and choosing the path of the wealthy man in transformation or transition, with a lawyer perhaps putting them in prison at 126, which is the Magician and the 26. The Magician, the 26 is the Page of Wands, that inspiration. So, and that thought may come up for you too. If your child or your spouse was stealing from you, like after giving them a few warnings, would you call the cops on them if they're doing something really dangerous and bad and illegal and all that kind of stuff? So at 826 here, we have the 8 of the Dance of Manifestation, the 26 of the Page of Wands, with being awake here. Oh, there was a message from a Cryon video I watched too about colds. The colds are not going away, because the simple cold is actually a rebalance mechanism, probably to force you to be still for a while. It's a reset, and it's not going away. It doesn't mean that you can't heal yourself, but colds are there for a reason. So I thought everybody should understand that. Again, watch that immune system video of Cryon. And now I want to get to, I'm sorry, maybe that was still part of this second read. Hold on one second. This is the third read. Oh, no, that's right. Is that right? Yes. Okay, so this is the third read for Message of the Day. And this was done today at 1:33 to 35. And then I dealt it, but then I came back at 3:29. So between, 1 and 3 o'clock today. And the underlying energy was, so we had the 33 of the Christ vibration, and that 7 of Wands, standing up for oneself, and the 29 of being present in the moment. Perhaps to your gifts. It can be waiting for your ships to come in as well. And then the message of the day is the underlying energy of the Dolphin, the Loving Lady, the Empress reversed, and toiling and laboring. The Queen of Cups coming up there. And again, the Loving Lady being present in the moment or with her gifts. Friendly waters here, as well as Lemurian energy with the Dolphin. And the Loving Lady present while the mother is in hard labor. So there could be somebody giving birth today that's having a really tough labor. Or leaving mother or the past behind is hard work for the Queen of Cups. That was another thing, actually, that was coming up for me today, was not only taking some of the old pictures down, but really working on letting go of any issues with my mother. I had done a meditation with the inner child before doing that read. Okay, so again, I saw her going up on the divine masculine side as a little monkey, right? The monkey in the middle. But she was a little monkey, like Curious George. But she was climbing and climbing and climbing, but climbing up towards the masculine side. And I'm like, where are you going? Why are you climbing so high? You don't have to work that hard. But again, the initial guidance was coming up to take the womb off the wall and clear the mother energy. So kids and mothers, and it goes both ways. So I did, and I got a little bit creative with the art and space and saged the energy. And so Mr. Ed came up here beneath the dolphin with the peacock, the octopus, and then the dolphin on top, appreciating our artwork or creativity in doing it, stimulating the brain in colorful ways and lighting up the place with more color, and pinks and yellows specifically were coming up here. In abundant energetic exchange at home, nesting the golden egg, looking up with birds for dreams to come true, opening new doors on the fool's journey, with the Loving Lady present with her gifts, the Hermit looking back and removing the past, dumping emotional attachments or multiple loads, negative memories, and focusing on the heart space, meditation and rest. And the Knight of Cups, just being love, offering love to the Hierophant reversed and Empress reversed, which were coming up as the old patriarchy and matriarchy of the masculine energies, and giving them a cheers or a toast. Here's to you, with gratitude, thank you, and so long. I'm so glad we had this time together. So that Carabinette song is coming up again. So the wealthy man in transition with the older man with concerns of martyrdom and the King of Wands at the courthouse, as McDreamy is filing papers, perhaps in a country that wears wigs on their heads in court, tangoing with masks or false person or couple conflicted over bad health or health care, and the Hierophant or Taurus mature man in adjudication with union and or employees or business. So there could be some strikes going on. Or perhaps in court with the Queen of Cups specifically. Perhaps a couple scamming people, or a mother and her boyfriend, spouse, or clergyman. So there could be like a priest that she hangs out with, or a clergyman that she's always hanging out with, but they're coming up as both reversed. They could be coming up as a scamming couple here at 352, which is the Empress and the Queen of Swords. Lots of Taurus energy there, or slave labor issues. And the first section here was the cosmic egg, the bat, and the fox. The collective awakening with focus on ruins, or veins actually, but ruins could be coming up too as the veins within the underground ruins, the arteries and the webbing, and lost in space above Earth with the fox. We have Taurus, Libra, Cancer, Pisces, and Sagittarius is reversed in this section, with the crown chakra with abundance. For the ship that got stuck or cleared the mountain to get home and marriage, or crowning glory here of taking a trip around the world before settling down to home and marriage. The bat making cuts in fear of losing patience with romantic little girl, or trying to cut a fallen angel out of the little girl's life, or lost but took a turn for the better, cutting the wheat from the chaff regarding a fallen angel that is their little girl, perhaps their moon child, with fox in union or home being peaceful and mature, but perhaps not happy with empty nest syndrome at 359, which is the Empress and the Five of Swords, which is the war within. The war of words, the war of the worlds was coming up right now too. So, like I said, it's been very windy, like kind of stormy, but never really storming out today. It's just like that calm before the storm, it's as it whips up a little bit. At 3:59, again, 59 is that calm before the storm. It's the moment before the hour. Now their little girl is all grown up and getting married, perhaps, with the wolf and the shark. Stunned shark going their own way. The wolf is like stunned that the shark is going their own way, where the wolf with wise friends who are helping them to see a new perspective to destiny of poverty, or just the journey that they're on right now, which is Pisces or Capricorn, Sagittarius, and Libra coming up here, with the shark being the fox who's leaving the hen house to start anew with an interesting bird destined to the journey on the love train. All aboard! The third section here is the moth and the swans, unable to stay away from each other, or others are magnetized toward them, especially as a twin flame couple. The polar bear shadow or mother bear pushing the divine masculine power man from Mars, as the Queen of Cups reversed is manipulating the loving mature woman. The Queen of Cups is reversed with the King of Cups reversed, and the mature loving woman is with the man with thoughts of her. So the King and Queen of Cups reversed could be an unhappy couple, with a man suddenly thinking of another woman or having an epiphany about her, or perhaps thinking about his mother. We have Capricorn, Gemini, Scorpio, and lots of water there. The fourth section here is the buffalo and the sea serpent, the power lady who's well-grounded and heavenly master manifester of ships and atlas. That could be mapping as well, but there's no emotions to ground into here, with Scorpio, Gemini or Virgo, Capricorn or Pisces reversed, and Aquarius here as well. Disconnected sexually here. A sudden event or galactic interest here, finding a way out to the magician out of that house in a final judgment on a home and or atlas or the weight of the world. The fifth section here is Leo, Virgo, Pisces, or Capricorn as well, with the lion, the owl, and the cobra. The lion king, the wise owl, and the cobra teacher, or the kundalini risen. The lion may be a gambler, or this could be the Knight of Cups taking a chance on going back to being with wise, privileged lady, or to be with her, going back to be her, or actually going back to be with her. The owl is on the journey of the subconscious, with nails and covers and marking the spots mid-cycle. The King of Swords is upright, is the hermit with changes, and the cobra is coming together and working their way to the middle of a maze, amazing grace and finding peace, or travels at night in energetic exchange, perhaps as an occupation. The Knight of Pentacles is going back as the King of Swords moves forward, or the King of Swords with children all going their separate ways. The sixth section here is the Phoenix and the Hummingbird, of rising and clearing and transforming, as the Phoenix with loving self and well wishes, diving deep to detox death, endings, and dark night, and exposing cold case files perhaps, with Capricorn reversed, Leo and Aries, and the hummingbird talking to them about the Queen of Wands, swans. The Queen of Swords reversed is grieving an official person on the Fool's journey, sending well wishes to a couple, or the Queen of Wands and or Queen of Swords reversed may be grieving the end of or with an official person and clearing the way for deep transformation here. So there could be someone in the news who's passed away, that could be as well, but it can be someone not that famous, but someone in their life or your life, and sending well wishes to someone who's lost someone or ended something significant. The seventh section here is with Leo, Scorpio, and Gemini or Virgo all upright, with the oyster and the fish all clammed up, and their feelers are out. Both of them are in dark places, with the King of Wands with pests and thieves and a sudden event or epiphany that's imprisoning them at the present, or perhaps their gifts are imprisoning them as well. A fish out of water, flapping around, exposing the powers and towers and betrayals, left for dead with only Bambi to save them. The main male, magician here. And then we had sunshine and exposure, conflict, the day the music died, with depression, saving, and withholding, either for or from, away from the Page of Cups upright, which can be a child, a pet, or perhaps puppy love in a message. The Page of Wands with great fortune here, and the Wounded Warrior Path with message of concern regarding patience of the Emperor in courtship. So now we go back to the union read. So this union read is not 4D, 5D, 6D today. It's 3, 4, 5D. And this was done at 5:11 yesterday. 5 is the Hierophant, 11 is Justice. And Karma was the underlying energy, along with the Ten of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. With Judgment, Karma, opening of the crown to endless love, heaven on earth, and inspiration. The incoming Divine Feminine with Shadow, Ace of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles here. A final decision. The shadowing caused a breakthrough in a stone-breaking plant. The crystal reached the light, and the Knight of Pentacles is offering it to the Queen of Pentacles, who may be stubborn about it. An announcement with the shadow posted, switching to light as the masculine looks right at you. The feminine does not. The 3D here is the Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, and the Strength card. The Divine Feminine Queen of Pentacles with hot coin in their hand, waiting to be spent as the Divine Masculines breaking through the ring of fire, birthing, and with that rebel yell, bridging in the whole truth, ready to play ball with the Lemurian family here. The 4D here is the 9 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, and the 8 of Swords. The Divine Feminine hiding and counting, perhaps underground, as the Divine Masculine is looking for a way out of the woods, with blinders on or in the dark, and water to cross. Bridging with the Ten of Pentacles family, business, or community in the garden of prayer, with someone whose nickname is Red perhaps, crystals and peacock there, a clearing in the woods perhaps, and perhaps a house that's having a showing halfway between them, or neither show up at an event that was made just for them. The 5D here is the Page of Pentacles, Three of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. As the Divine Feminine Page of Pentacles is curious about their abilities, the Divine Masculine with the Queen of Cups curious about their emotions or their, I want to say serendipity, but that's not what I wrote. I was getting sensuality, but serendipity is coming up here too. The Divine Masculine with the Queen of Cups curious about their emotions and their, I just said it, their emotions and their sensuality, but serendipity is coming up here as well as starseed energy, bridging in the present moment, two as one, and seeing it as a gift. The outgoing Divine Masculine here is the Ace of Wands, the Ten of Wands, and the Four of Pentacles. Inspired to bring flame from dark to light in the Divine Masculine's heart, leaving the wounded warrior behind. To bring the flame around front, inspired to vent or remove the flame or the mask. I was just getting in the chemistry lab, like the flame and the mask. Remove the flame or the flask or the mask in a showing, but perhaps expecting Mary Magdalene to drop and oil his feet and cater to his every little boy whim, or the Divine Masculine feeling badly, leaving an ex to deal with wild child professing their flame. And this could be children thinking they have their twin flame as well. The Divine Feminine here with the Queen of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles, with shadiness between, suffering in silence or dealing with your sister or a nightmare. Or one in the woods is between them, with nowhere else to go but back to the family. The Divine Masculine with stretching and birthing and seeking to get out of this prison, to the Queen of Cups, and the bridging between them is willing the whole truth. Willing the whole truth. The family in the middle and the presence to flame. As the Divine Feminine has Aquarius and Capricorn on their side, with the Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and Page of Pentacles, which can definitely be a mother and two kids, or a mother and father with one child, or a message, or doing research here. There's a lot of Pentacles family there. And then the Divine Masculine has Leo or Sag on their side with the Queen of Cups and the Page of Wands. And in between them is the truth, the family, and no love. Again, that came up in one of the readings yesterday where there was no cups at all. The shade of the stone-breaking plant is what gets them held as the flame takes steps to plead their case. The overall number here was 47 of the Seven of Cups, which is also synchronicities for me. Obviously, it's for choices as well as confusion. And the horizontal pillars came up to 3, 27, and 17, which is the Empress, the Ace of Wands, and the Star. And the verticals came up to 0, 1, 0, which 0 is source or space, and then the 1 is the Magician. The 9 of the Hermit, the 14 of the Temperance card, or the Angels, the 8 of the Dance, or the Manifestation, the 1 of the Magician again, the 10 of the Wheel, and the 4 of the Emperor. And the messages were coming up as the Empress with new passion to heal, dream, and shine with options and synchronicities. The Magician with plenty of space with the Hermit patient to dance with the Magician, destined in high vibration with the Emperor with choices and or synchronicities and heaven in their eyes. So here now is the read in front of you, which I'm going to turn the light on for you now. So this was cut and dealt, the Syrian Starseed deck at 555. So a lot of change going on there, which is expansion, which is where the pain comes in, where you're feeling forced to change and perhaps you're not ready or not feeling it. But again, a lot of changes, excitement. 5s can be vacations as well. But it's all about change and expansion. And then at 6:07, GHT of orbs came up. And orbs, of course, is thoughts and words, but also blind men and orphans. And it can be ORBS as well. But GHT, however that might translate for you, is coming up. I was just getting General Hospital. Toggling up, so time out at the hospital or General Hospital, toggling up, so getting like a higher vibrational here regarding blind men and orphans or taking care of people. At 6:07, which is the Lovers and the Chariot, and then at 6:09, literally pictures from the cards were coming up as the heart and the light and love of the Hermit and the Empress. I finished clarifying at 6:22 to 23, which is the Lovers and the Fool going into the King of Wands. The major arcana were the Wheel and the Star, that was it. And before the read, the Shadow or the Devil and Abundance or the Empress was coming up. After the read was Transition, which is the Death card. We had 4 Wands, 3 Swords, 1 Cup, 1 Pentacle, and the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Wands were the only court cards in the read. Before the read, the King of Swords also came up with the Nine of Swords, which is someone suffering in silence perhaps, or stressed out, or purging, or just not sleeping at night. But that's before the read. The Queen of Wands and Knight of Wands are the main players in this read. We had triple 2s today, so a lot of 2s, one-on-one energies here, and the feminine energy. Also double 6s and 8s, which the double 8s is the dance of the twins, next to each other, both dancing between their masculine and feminine, and the 66 of the Queen of Pentacles. We had 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, lay them straight all together there, making a straight run there, and that was like I was just getting my little girl where she was going really fast up the hill as a monkey on the masculine side. And then we have the 12 of the Hanging Man, the 23 of the King of Wands, 34 of the 8 of Wands, 26 of the Page of Wands, 68 of the Page of Pentacles, and then 89 of the Phi energy, the expansion and contraction, and perhaps staying in the middle and just reflecting. The code line here was all about personal growth, healing, and teaching and learning. And the number here was 85, coming from 2, 5, and 78. And 85 is the grounding of union, since 58 is the 4D, the 4 of Swords, which for me is the 5D connection. And then 85 would be the reflection of that, which would be grounding it into the reality, the physical reality. So Mac Daddy was coming up here, and also Saggy, which for me is the God energy, but also Sag, which is union, so there's definitely strike energies coming up here. So, and perhaps Mac and Cheese is coming up here as well, or someone who's cheesy. So, Mac Dad, I was getting Miss Mary Mac again also. So, Mac Daddy, twosies, and there's this word, Sadenovirus, which is a frog, penguin, or raptor, or turtle virus, but without the virus. So, it's coming up as like Mac Daddy, twosies is like the virus without a virus. At war with the 10 of Pentacles, family, and this could be a business or community as well. In the I, the ego, the God complex, to work, land, and sleep. And also, I was getting the Amish here, right? Someone who would just work the land and then go to sleep. That's their life. But also be someone complaining at how busy they are. All I do is work the land and then I go to sleep. Miss Mary Mac also coming up as Saggy or a union of 2 in sitting position. So that can be meditating, with ESP, but at war within. We also have the M, so M can be many things, whether it's Mother Mary, or M can come up as Metatron and Michael, but M can also come up as Imana, which is the word for the feminine god of the Pleiadians, and M can come up as, isn't that M2, like James Bond's home base? So however you receive the M is coming up as the first word or energy in alternating currents or air conditioning, which can be conditioning air signs, that God is 2, not just 1, the truth, that it's serious, reality, it's the real thing, deposed to war within, the divine feminine within the masculine, and the dance of the ego. So Imana as the feminine godhead here, alternating currents with Sagi, the masculine godhead, cutting off dependence, at war with the twin flames, ascension dance. So there could be someone whose kids have been getting in the way and they're finally cutting off that energy, and the dependent can be a spouse as well. So it's like an energy of cutting someone off. And again, this could be cutting someone off who's just not doing anything that's nice, right? If they're not helping around the house, if they're doing illegal things, if they're doing drugs, all that kind of stuff. Not listening to you, not respecting you, somebody could be getting cut off. And this could be someone at work, at home, anyone really. But it's coming off as someone who's dependent. We also have the energy of an arsenal of heartless acts, despair, and self-reproach. So it's someone who like does bad things and then says they're sorry to be let back in. And maybe they are sorry, but it could be someone who's addicted, right? So they do bad things when they're high, and then they have self-reproach. So lifetimes of spine to sternum was coming up here, or in other words, like a human or other animals that have that same kind of rib system, the 12 pairs of ribs, and storing pain and learning from it. An arsenal of empathy and harmful behavior, right? The opposites, again, polarizing and bringing them to the middle. Teething, copying, aging, and putting aside a lifetime of pain and learning. So again, that's clearing out the past, which I was doing some of that today with the pictures. At 7:12 here, which is the Chariot and the Hanging Man. The Queen of Wands reversed, as I whistled a little bit there. And below the Queen of Wands reversed, from the bottom up in the underlying energies here, is the King of Swords upright, the Nine of Swords reversed, the Shadow, which is the Devil reversed, the Ace of Pentacles reversed, and then Abundance is upright below the Queen of Wands reversed. The King of Swords is struggling to end the nightmare of detoxing, withholding, saving, playing hardball with the Empress upright and the Queen of Wands reversed, or Abundant Queen of Wands reversed. The King of Swords is inspired to daydream and purge, starting over with the Queen of Cups reversed, or Pisces reversed, or Divine Feminine in 5D, or with their world upside down and rising above the Scrooge, Knight of Wands reversed player who's holding back their passions post-war or ran out of steam, perhaps at night or at the full moon, over the Queen of Pentacles reversed, who's refusing to go back and forth with the Queen of Wands reversed, and the Queen of Pentacles reversed is holding back their feelings or delay after delay or psychic attacks in the full moon energy that we just passed. The Lobster on path and no water to dip their toe into, with Capricorn reversed, Taurus upright, and Pisces reversed, and Cancer upright here. The High Priestess being seen or is out took a sneak peek at the King of Cups upright and the Queen of Wands reversed, with negative communication or lies and rumors between them. As the King of Cups is ready to test the waters, as the Queen of Wands reversed cut out the cat or lost them, or she's extremely negative here. The King of Cups is upright, loving, but could be secretive or have one, a secret, or a Pisces here. Forgiving and learning, and beneath that, finances and career came up for the twins, as lovers with offer of love from a third party and heated exchange between them. And so is the black cat being between them, in trying to end the nightmare, or no more Dungeons and Dragons or sex in the basement. No more playing the fiddle or picnics in the park or under a tree or torture chamber or chopping down wood. The man with two lovers or two daughters, or a lover and a daughter, or daughter between, or being courted, or having sex in the house. And that comes up in Endless Love as well. Abundance comes up here with 88, the two twins doing the dance side by side, and Rebirth beneath it, which is the 16 of the Tower event at 7:32, the Chariot and the Journey of the 32. And right then, it sounded like it was, all of a sudden, it just started pouring outside. And I wasn't sure, because then all of a sudden it got really quiet. So I had to get up and look to see, but it definitely started raining. So all of a sudden, this gush of water came down. And then I saw lightning out there too. But I didn't hear a whole lot of loud noise last night. So there's ghosting here. Out the back, Jack. Or the liar, cheater, thief. The wounded warrior on guard, but exhausted and down on their knee, depressed, with new information and clarity. The sister, or suffering in silence, with the Knight of Pentacles reversed, who's stuck or on strike, or disabled or stubborn, perhaps not sleeping and rising above, or now awake and coming out, or fell out of their crib or their top bunk. The bunny may have been injured or dizzy or scared last night. I was just getting scored last night, so someone might have scored last night. Perhaps two females afraid to be alone at night in their own apartment, or maybe they just moved into their own place, with Pisces and Gemini upright and Aquarius reversed here. Unable to sleep, awakening, or levitating, with the Queen of Wands reversed in a heated exchange with the Page of Swords reversed, or lying and spying and not telling the truth, or of their nightmare perhaps. Maybe they're just keeping it all to themselves, suffering in silence, or this could be your sister, yet abundant in the dance of the twin flame union. The underlying energy is the Queen of Wands waiting outside of a party to dump all over someone. It's like someone's stalking a party to wait for some Leo female to come out, or who may be walking the dog, or arrogant Leo man or egotistical man. Someone's like stalking to wait to see if they come out, like to attack them, whether it's just a verbal attack or if they want, I don't know what they want to do, but there's definitely, it's a Queen of Wands, so she could be physical too. So she might want to beat someone up. But going forward after this read is Judgment upright and a wake-up call to dark night of the soul, or just the dark night, twin flame, knowing being in his knowing and keeping it to themselves. With the Knight of Pentacles reversed, unable to function, or on strike, or stuck, or stubborn, refusing to move or work, or hermits moving to peace, away, coming clean, or cleaning up their act and saving for a dependent, or withholding from them in uncomfortable emotions with the Page of Pentacles, unhappy family at 747, which can be an airplane, but it's also the Chariot and the Seven of Cups, which is synchronicities or choices or confusion, or heaven in their eyes. At 748 is the Chariot and the walking away and within of the Eight of Cups, in an unending nightmare of sudden events or blow-ups, and leaving then to be free or walk the dog. So like if someone wants to leave but they're not being allowed to, they purposely get in a fight with a sibling or a parent or whoever it is, because then they'll have an excuse to walk out the door because they're mad, like they'll stomp out, but they actually are planning to do this when they don't get their way. In the recent past here is the Six of Swords upright in a peaceful swim, or dolphins to rise above. So somebody could be going out, like in order to temper themselves and find more peace at home when people are triggering them, like going out to the pool to take a swim, or listening to dolphin music to rise above the energy, perhaps listening to thunder and lightning, and that was at 750. The Queen of Wands reversed as the Queen of Swords, who's upright, presents the truth to or about the inequity of not sharing, of debt, or a scam, of the Six of Cups upright, right? The soulmates, the children who are loving each other, or the positive past and positive memories, in uncomfortable emotions about the twin flame, or being forced to choose with a lot of love right behind the offer, backing it up and playing hardball, but no offer of time, money, and effort unless there's love after a sudden event of broken family, after a war where the worst now is over, in a bold move, but not sharing or being fair, being strong, taming their beast, so the Queen of Swords can meditate and speak her truth about it at 756, which is the Chariot and the Two of Swords. The foundation is the twin flames, the synchronicities and defenseless to the energies, and holding on in a twist of fate that's knocking them down, perhaps over and over again. The central energy is the Knight of Wands reversed, the player who's falling short, unable to follow through, or perhaps they're just paralyzed by their passions and they can't move, or fell off their horse as the truth is out, playing hardball, or in divorce, or breaking contract, religion, or establishment, or drawing outside the lines, going crazy, or coming out at night to an unhappy family post-war, or about their lack of emotional fulfillment. To end the war, at night, at home, and or in union, unable to sleep, or awakening to the High Priestess or their psychic abilities, and the challenge being ending a growth spurt, becoming frog to prince, and ending that cycle at 801, the dance of the magician, where heavy rain started coming down, satisfied with self under the radar, with the High Priestess healing and offering love. Dependent, Queen of Pentacles reversed, and satisfied divine masculine, or powerless Queen of Pentacles reversed, to the wizard who's pulling back the curtain now, detoxing the divine feminine in 5D, their dream, their upside down world, and the Queen of Cups reversed and the King of Wands reversed, both without affection here, burdened by weight and the world, synchronicities and rejection, vulnerability and negative self-talk, or the Page of Cups reversed and the Page of Swords reversed, are acting up, making the King of Pentacles reversed feel guilty for being with the Empress, overexposed or sick, or with sick kids, or kids, friends, and boyfriends sleeping over, is out of control, and although the Empress is okay with it, the King of Pentacles reversed is not, or his family is not, or they cause them to lose a lot of money or assets because of this. So again, endless love is coming up in this energy too. Crowning here now is the Wheel upside down. In a downturn, grieving loss, regret of the world upside down, and the divine feminine in the 5D, and Pisces perhaps not themselves, knowing and keeping to themselves at the workplace, overwhelmed and sweating it out to recover financially or help others out or help them get better, but they're so drained or sick and just keep going, perhaps dealing with crazy kids. Finding peace with love, patient angel, bliss, and left behind by the Knight of Wands reversed, who's detoxing the inability to mark their territory. Presently, no energy stealing, released, dark night free at work as the Emperor is in control or shocked, surprised of the injustice of release while trying to get their work done, or the injustice of the fantasy of the Knight of Swords coming in to help the wounded warrior and perhaps cut them a break or give them a break at 8:18, which is the dance and the moon. Perhaps wanting somebody to cut them a break or give them some slack or help to guide him or just watch him work out, or splitting up the work where someone's there to vent to know what they're going through. And soon here is the Seven of Cups upright, taking steps after the Knight of Cups offered love and depressed that they have to start over, hanging out and performing, but not earning enough money perhaps, as the Empress is upright, announcing, or perhaps in a wake-up call, calling to come clean or clean up their act or space, for the Hermit reversed with the wounded warrior to work together and or to create art. The twin flames are the Four of Wands union, the Two of Cups lovers, and blocked by ending the war within, overworking, or Taurus with Aquarius reversed, moving to peace or vacation and leaving the fighting to the Magician to free the lovers. So I want you to notice too here you have the Two of Cups and the lovers on the union here of the Four of Wands for the twin flames. You also have the Magician upright and the Fool upright. That's a pretty powerful position on how the twin flames see themselves. So we have retreat, make an effort, and codependency here, and calling in your soulmate. Perhaps Gemini, Virgo, and Aries are here, and around the twins, depression or arrogance, taming the beast or walking the dog, frustrated, unable to find humor, inspiration, or growth. As the Page of Pentacles may be a good student, or they're doing research. Perhaps their pet is depressed, or frustrations between the King of Pentacles reversed and the Queen of Cups reversed, and the Page of Pentacles, who's upright here. Or the child and the pet are fine, but the parents are not. Aquarius reversed and Leo upright here, and the block is the Eight of Pentacles reversed, because you're overworking, or you're not working out, or your situation isn't working out, but you're not leaving it behind. You're not coming clean or cleaning up the act, or being sneaky out before the Empress yells at them. The wounded warrior guarding the King of Wands reversed, or that's him guarding himself, to keep people away so he can get his work done. Teaching and learning, healing, personal growth, but even more so here is physical activity and parenting going on. The High Priestess or Pisces with keys, or Dark Priestess with cleavage down to her belly, not so much to her knees. Reaping rewards of sex in the chair, escaping from prison with the wounded warrior under the radar. In energetic exchange, or wanting attention but not telling, no longer hiding burdens of being told what to do, surrendering to all that is with the Six of Cups, that energy of the soulmates or innocent children or happy memories, and the Two of Cups soulmates, third party rejected, and transitioning to the other side with that third party, or ending overindulgences, or ending of coming together with certain friends. The King of Swords is detoxing and saving for a new life of abundance with the Queen of Wands reversed, and for the Empress upright and the Queen of Wands reversed. The twin flames in union, depressed finding peace, with the Knight of Wands reversed, challenged by ending the war, along with dealing with PTSD. Taking steps to heaven by letting go of what's not working. It's not time yet to release and surrender to all that is, with the Six of Cups, Two of Cups, and transition to third party. As the Queen of Wands reversed is moving to peace or vacation to rise above the twin flames, and the Knight of Wands reversed, challenged by post-war or growth spurt and downturn at home in union, taking steps with depression and overwork and releasing self from prison by surrendering to it all. With the Six of Cups, soulmates or children or loving young energies, and the Two of Cups, soulmates, partners, seeing eye to eye in a past life connection at 9:17, which is the Hermit and the Star, or dreams coming true. So let's pull just a few cards here. What am I going to do? I'm going to do the energy deck, and we'll do something different today. It's 10110. Look at that. So 2 Magicians and Destiny. And it's 6:03 on my clock, which just turned to 4, which is the Empress and the Emperor. Lovers. How do you like that? 2 Magicians and Destiny, and then the Emperor and the Empress, lovers. Pretty powerful there. It's getting very windy outside. Let's see what the energy deck has for you guys today. What is the takeaway from this read today? All right, 2 cards. 3. We have Cornucopia, which is the 11, which is justice. And Thanksgiving is coming up not too far from now, but see the abundance in your everyday. And then we have the Dark Mother energy of envy and judgmentalism. All right, and this is very much about Thanksgiving, right? The mother, my mom used to get nuts because she hated having to cook for all those people. So, you didn't want to be in her kitchen when she was cooking. Some people are great with that stuff, but not everybody is. So here's the Thanksgiving with the Dark Mother, right? Which is kind of a contrast, right? A contradiction here, right? This is that beautiful, happy abundance, and here's that dark energy who's controlling you. And then we have the yin-yang of the polarization of this, the 22 on the Fool's Journey of coming to the middle, making a compromise there, or perhaps both of you getting what you want and agreeing to disagree. And there's your happy family. The 4 of the Emperor, control. Okay, so the Emperor's coming up more as the family whole as opposed to just the man right there, right? Having control over your own thoughts and words, but also your children if they're young and they still need guidance. And then we have patience here too, and that could be somebody's name. With 16 in the Tower, right? This is like the Statue of Liberty, but she's not happy, right? She's had her liberties taken away from her. And this is also like the graduate who can't do what she was expected to do when she finished school, high school or college, whatever it is. Or she was doing what her parents wanted her to do, and now she's not happy at all doing what she graduated in. And there it's 10:11 on the clock, or 10:11 to 10:12. So I'm getting the 10:11:12 of the 4th quarter, which is also the 4th section of the DNA strands, of the 12 strands. Of the 10:11:12 is the Godhead energy, the 4th quarter, because you always talk about 3s for Earth, because on Earth it's all about the 3, but the 4 is the Godhead connection on the other side. And we have 16 here too, which is 4 4s. And then we have the 9 of the broken heart that needs to expand and then mend to make the heart even bigger. The bottom of the deck is the woman holding a heart, the 44 of the mastering, grounding, integrating of love, especially receiving it. And beneath that is the temple path, which the temple can be your body as well, right? The path of connecting with your body, your physical body and your DNA, which has all of your abilities of healing yourself, right? Finding your guidance on what your mission work is. The 12 of the hanging out and seeing new perspectives on a wise path, perhaps the nature path or naturopath, but also your body. So again, being your own church, your own temple. That your body is your temple. And your heart. Focus on your heart, on healing your heart. So here we have Thanksgiving, perhaps coming early with the Dark Mother. We have the two. They're both twos also, 11 and then 20. They're both twos, which is that feminine energy. This is obviously showing you the polarity to come to the middle, to be okay with each other's differences. If she tries to control you, you're not going to allow that, obviously, right? But if she's willing to accept that you're different and she can't do anything about it, then that's fine. You can be in each other's presence together. But if she refuses that, of course, and makes your life miserable, why would you stay in that situation? You wouldn't, right? And why would you come down from this abundance that's beautiful for everybody to enjoy? But there is the yin and yang of it, the 22. And this is showing the feminine side of the dark and light of the feminine, not the masculine. And here's the coming together, right? Because it's not just about the masculine and feminine. It's the dark and light on each side and coming to the middle within your own self. Okay, the yin and yang, the blending of both worlds on the fool's journey. And then the happy family that we all are, right? Like when you come together at Thanksgiving, right? You can all sit down and get along at Thanksgiving, even though you may be all different, right? Someone's having their liberties taken away. So again, this could be a child who's leaving the family because they want to be on their own. They want to be Independence Day. They want to do what they want, which is fine. But again, allowing your heart to break for it to expand and heal and become even bigger than it was before, of the hermit going within and the underlying energy of the lady holding her heart. All right, so let's see what the journey of love has for you. I do want to pull from a deck I don't usually pull from for you. Let's see what I want to pull. Let's do from the animal deck. I haven't done this one in a long time. The animal deck here with the cats on the back. Yeah, let me know too, guys. If you want me to pull a card from the yoga deck every day, I will. But let me know if that's something that you want or not. Because if you don't, I won't. It's a bit stiff. And stiff was coming up earlier too, I think, so. And maybe something that's coming up is stiff. All right, that came right out. There's 3 of them here. All right. We have the 6 of Winter, the rescue cat, and the cat was coming up in the read too as being, getting under somebody's feet. There could be someone losing a cat too, or they can't afford their cat anymore. The challenging times of coming to an end, and you can now breathe a sigh of relief. Let the past go and embrace the happier times ahead. So again, over and over again, we're talking today about letting go of the past. 6 of Winter is that 6 of Swords energy of finding peace. Then we have the Queen of Winter. These two came up and stuck together. So we have the Queen of Winter, experienced, self-sufficient, brilliant, and funny. And that's like the Queen of Swords. The Leopard. All of your life experiences have prepared you for this moment of truth. It's time to declutter your home, clear away situations that aren't working for you anymore, and disengage from people who create more drama than happiness. And that's all that we were just discussing. So perfect. And by the way, these are both blue. So very much about the throat, speaking your truth, and third eye energy of using your intuition. And then the 2 of Spring. And there's my pelican. So for those of you who don't know, I did a session with Elena. Not Elena, but Elena's person, Alisa Herrera. And she worked with Elena Danan in her discovery of her abduction energies. Anyway, I did my session with her. And one of the things that came up in my regression was a pelican life that was much like the swan life that I'd had, but I didn't see them in there with the pouch there, so I didn't think it was a pelican at first because it looked like a pelican, but it didn't have that pouch. But they don't always look like that. It doesn't always extend like that. But anyway, here's the 2 pelicans, and the pelicans were so cute in my session because it was just a very simple life where they just loved each other and swam. And they're the white pelicans, the white American pelicans, I think they are, that are that only mate with one for a lifetime, because most other pelicans actually mate per mating season, but these are lifelong mates. So the beginning of the session of this pelican life was me seeing like a really hairy human man who looked like he was wearing a diaper, but he had some kind of top on too, with like a scarf wrapped around his head and neck, but he was really super hairy everywhere. So I don't know if it was like a Sasquatch or something. I did bring this up. But it was just so funny because they were just watching the man. And then the partner pelican was just sitting there with me, and we were just watching them because they were our entertainment. He was our friend. But it also came up yesterday or the day before that there is hairiness coming back as somebody's karma because they were laughing at the human being so hairy as a pelican. It was pretty funny. But anyway, here's the 2 of spring pelican. Your vision, creativity, and dedication to your cause have brought you great success. In fact, it may be in your best interest to get a partner to assist in your endeavors or expand the number of people who are helping you. And then we have the world, which is 21, with the collie, the Shetland sheepdog. Congratulations on successfully accomplishing what you set out to do. You made it through the challenges and incorporated the lessons life offered you with grace and courage. This is a really beautiful message here. It's saying, again, let go of the past. You've done what you're supposed to do. It's like congratulating you. And this one, too, wants to come out. The bottom of the deck is renewal. So there you go, with the 20 of judgment. Look how cute they are. I have a picture just like this of, they're not raccoons, though. They were something else when I was out in California. So cute, with babies. So the underlying energy is time to get clarity about your life purpose and make changes so that you're on the path most divinely suited to you. Forgive what's been without judgment and fearlessly embrace what's to come. So again, it's all about the renewal and letting go of the past, and this one wanted to come out too. The Princess of Autumn. So we had cheerful, reliable, intelligent, and mischievous. The Tabby Cat. A wonderful opportunity related to your work or education, such as a promotion or scholarship, is coming your way. Seize this chance to learn something exciting or start a more rewarding and uplifting career. Okay. So again, we have the blue energy here, which was the most significant. They were the first 2 cards out. And then we have this kind of, blood red. This is like a very grounded below the root chakra energy. And then we have the purple as well, going from the 3rd chakra to the crown and the world, which is the crown energy. And then some green in the heart as well, the Princess of Autumn. But she's got a crown on too. So it's a lot about the crown energy. Look at that. This one has a crown. This one's talking about the crown in the world. And then we have another crown here. It's really, and there's 3 cats, a dog, and a pelican here. So 3 cats, there's a lot of cat energy here. And they're very different. These 2 kind of look alike. They look like they talk alike. Blah, 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 blah. What a crazy pair, but they're cousins. That's coming up from Patty Duke. Okay, so let's see what from the Journey of Love comes up. One last card here. 6:16 on the clock. The Lovers and the Sudden Event, as 2 cards just flipped out. We have God Speaks with 33, which is the Christ vibration, standing up for yourself, but this is the connection to God, your connection. And then we have Within Nothing, There's Everything, the number 2 of the High Priestess. Again, this is Gaia birthing. This is your connection to the earth and your connection to God. And then we have Jupiter awakening as well, the 6 of the Lovers, the Angel of Jupiter awaken, where you're each in your own lane. And as you go, you don't have to do a thing. You just naturally merge together as the energies change. You don't have to take this space away. You keep the space between you and you become in one lane all of a sudden. It's just divine timing. The Angel of Jupiter awakening and the Lovers of the High Priestess and the Christ energy. The connection to God and the connection to earth, as above, so below. As the Lovers are. The bottom of the deck is the Bride offers herself. 43 is the reunion of coming together. There's a lot of chaos going on in that vortex there. And the burning hero coming in is the Empress, the divine feminine here, and that could be a mother as well. There's the Christ flame, the conflict here of the Christ flame, the burning hero of the mother or the Empress energy, the abundance of Gaia, right, the sun, and the Mother Earth, as the bride offers herself in the reunion of them. Really beautiful, guys. All right, let's see what this says. So God speaks. This is a pretty short one. 33, God speaks. The divine is speaking to you directly. Yes, you. Underneath the silence, there is the endless music of love. And there's endless love again. Pulsating through the universe. Within that sacred sound, there is guidance. It may or may not have words. It might be a feeling in your heart that you can only access when you're still, relaxed, dancing in a yoga practice, or even half asleep. It assures you that behind any struggle or challenge, there is only ever the divine seeking you out, calling you to surrender some fear or doubt or other, so you can move closer. Trust in the sound of love beyond anything else, for in truth, no matter what may appear to be, there is nothing else. This oracle brings you guidance. You're being loved into becoming. Be open to being shown the divine genius in all that is happening. If you feel you're being nudged, know you're being nudged by the divine. If you feel like you're being held back, know that you're being held back by the divine. All is happening perfectly for you, and all will unfold in divine timing. The divine is speaking to you. When you're captivated by the beauty of nature, or an illogical sense that everything's okay, listen. That's the divine talking to you, reassuring you that all is unfolding according to spiritual law in perfect cooperation with your own destiny. And the poem reads, when the first sound was born, the air was filled with fantasy. Like the flower's sweet perfume, alive in the moment, there was nothing else, only the energy coursing through my body and the tears on my cheeks, as I was carried away on the strings, each note striking a chord within, and answering with the emotions of my soul. How priceless the surprise, how powerful the memory to be with the violin when it sings. Okay, I think I'm going to try to start the astrological reads tomorrow, so you might want to check that out, and that'll be for November. Make sure to drink plenty of water, get plenty of rest, and joy in nature as we work towards the winter here. And as always, rise and be love. Have an amazing day, you guys. Breathe. Don't forget to breathe.